Most people aren't fit to work at a small company, right? A lot of people don't have anything to do in big tech companies. Like I literally raised in the bathroom. There's just so much smoke in the stall. I was like, holy shit, I can't breathe.
每课灵魂都很有趣，每种职业都很出彩。这里是纽约话筒，今天我们请到的是 Eric Zhu。
Hey, what's up? My name is Eric. So I run a company called Aviato. We're basically the Bloomberg terminal for private companies. And I also run a $20 million fund called Blockman Capital. I've been in San Francisco for around 2 weeks now.
Most people, after they listen to your story, they're like, what does this guy actually do?
Well, yeah, it's mainly the bathroom. So I was like taking calls in the bathroom, the high school. And that's like what kind of like everyone sees.
Let's talk about that story as well. Like, how did you decide that was the headline that you're gonna put out there?
Like VCs, a lot of people take calls from like 9 to 5. So that was like the time when I was in school, but also like the time where they worked, right? So I just went to the bathroom, took a few calls because, you know, they scheduled it, kind of just stuck from there. And I started tweeting about it because like a meme is like, it's just something that's funny. It's like the highest form of distribution because that's what people share. And if you get enough people sharing and enough impressions, right, they're gonna say, oh, it's this person. I mean, I just gotta realize a lot of people. It's like very niche because you go to San Francisco, you go like any party or that kind of stuff, right? It's kind of weird because like there's usually like grown-ass men, like 40 years old, they're like taking pictures. And when I go to a bathroom at an event, they're like, oh, hey, you know. It was interesting. Just like how powerful a brand could be. My parents thought like, the bathroom thing was disgusting. Like once they saw the first newspaper, they're like, why are you taking calls in the bathroom? At the beginning of the year, actually, the reason why we would spend like 5 to 6 hours a day was because like I convinced my counselor that I had like urinary issues so that I could use the restroom.
You got a doctor note?
Well, the counselor gave me a pass. Principal banned me from using the restroom during school hours. So like for me to use the restroom, my teacher has to call the principal and the principal has to send someone out to escort me to the bathroom.
Why does he care? Like you're not telling them the name of your high school.
A lot of people in Indiana, my part, are pretty liberal. Like anyone that was like making money or like that kind of stuff, they dislike.
So how did you get your first internship?
So first internship, what I did was like I would send messages to like a ton of people. San Francisco was like sort of like a Discord server back then, right? So like I joined an online chat group. There was like a job posting and I was thinking of doing contract work for them. So I was like gonna outsource their stuff to like India and then charge them at an upcharge, talk to the CEO for like an hour, right? You know, we really got along pretty well. So he was like, hey, you know, you wanna work for us? But it was interesting too because like to legally work, you have to be older than 13. I was like 13 back then. So I had to be like under an intern.
How many messages did you send out?
I sent like over like 300 offers. I got like a few. It was like initially it was just like trying to do like dev work because something they realized is that people in San Francisco, they would pay crazy amounts for very simple things, right?
Yes.
You know, exactly, like compared to the rest of the world, right?
So are these people that you reach out to, the contract work that you do, are majority for startups?
Yeah, for startups. And it was like 2021 bull market. So like, you know, everything was like massive. Like you had a ton of money for very simple things. It's a zero interest rate phenomenon.
Do you generally find these kind of startup companies be open of hiring people with minimal experience?
Realistically, I didn't have that much experience, but I made it look like I had experience. It's like also like if you go to a job interview, right? You don't want to say everything you should not hire me for, but everything you should hire me for, right? You want to sort of like play elephant in the room, right? What makes you special so that they would want to meet you versus like you want to meet them.
Well, it's actually a very good point because a lot of people are not good at that.
There's like two things that go viral, right? Like it's like either controversy or funny. If you put anything on the news, press releases are good, but they're not going to get any views. A lot of people think, okay, if I'm in the newspaper, right, it's going to do well. But if you give like an insane title, people would actually click on it. I'm never going to do this again. I was like spending 5 to 6 hours a day in the bathroom. It was horrible. Basically, when we took calls, a lot of would be inside because the bathroom is like where all the are, and we would have to pay rent in the bathroom. It was like we had to pay them $60 every single month to like not smoke in the stall. It was just like funny because like I was in the middle of the meeting and there's just so much smoke in the stall. I was like, holy shit, I can't breathe.
So you think you can raise more if you're in New York?
Well, it depends on what kind of company you're starting, right? There's definitely a lot more VCs here, but honestly, you could be wherever to raise, right? Like I literally raised in the bathroom. So I don't think raising money is like, you have to be in person.
Do you set short-term goal for yourself?
I don't know what's gonna happen in like a year, like 10 years from now. I hope it's good, but like I don't know what I'm gonna end up. Like I'll probably end up like as a janitor like 10 years.
Back to the bathroom.
Back to the bathroom, yeah. You gotta pay it back.
Although you hang out in the Silicon Valley, you probably don't feel this, but a lot of people are afraid of trying to do something. knew?
I feel like a lot of people just say too much and don't do it. And it's pretty cliche. Just like money can't be your like main incentive, right? If you want to do something big. Most people aren't fit to work at a small company, right? A lot of people don't have anything to do in big tech companies. I guess like have employee stock options in like a really good startup company. For example, it's like Databricks. If you had like a good employee stock options before like the IPO, you would make a lot of money from secondaries. So
That's actually funny because I was dating some guy at the time. He was choosing between Google and Databricks.
did you choose Google?
He chose Google. I was like, why the f would you do that? He's
Damn,
like,
you lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Did he regret it?
I don't know. He's just a mediocre Google L3 now.
Mediocre L3, not L5?
No.